Okay, today we're going to try an experiment because with my Sunchokes, basically I just have dug them up when I needed them, but there's always Sunchokes that I don't use in time. They're in a bucket in the garage and they turn black, right? So I just throw them out in the woods. And I wanted a way to preserve them. And I'm not that much into pickling, so I didn't really want to can them. I heard freezing can kind of change texture, whatever, just the way it does for potatoes. So I've decided to try dehydrating my Sunchoke slices and see how they rehydrate and if they taste as good as original. So come along with me for this experiment. Always want to clean your Sunchokes well. After all, they came out of the soil. You had to, like going for buried treasure, right? Now if you get store-bought ones, you don't have to really do that. They clean them well. But just make sure all the soil is off. So when you have ones like this, you gotta get into all the little crannies. See that? There. Just make sure you get, see like in there, get it really well. Because you don't want any dirt in your food. I'm just slicing these in about 1/4 inch slices because that's what I use a lot to prepare different dishes. Pretty easy. That's all there is to it. I'll be back when I'm ready to blanch them. Now it would be nice if all my slices were perfect 1/4 inch slices. They're not. Now I'm going to add some real lemon juice. There we go. Boiling water. Okay, let's get it back up to boiling and then we're going to boil it only 1 minute. Okay, we got a minute of vigorous boiling. We're going to turn it off and drain the Sunchokes. Okay, I have ice water prepared. There we go. A couple other ones still in there. Now we're just going to leave them in there because this ice water will stop the heating process. We'll let them get cold and then we're getting ready to dehydrate. So now that they've been blanched and they're cold, I'm putting them on the tray. Yeah, probably it's better if you drain them first, but just take a little bit longer to dehydrate this way. So I'm going to fill up my trays. Now the one question I always get is, but how long do you dehydrate something? Oh, it depends. Really the best thing is to just check it regularly and see if it's done. I have about 2.5 trays from Excalibur. I'm going to close this and set the temperature to about 140 degrees. And the question is, how long will it take? I'm thinking possibly overnight because there's such high water content in the Sunchokes. I guess we'll just have to see. Okay, in answer to your question, how long do I dehydrate them? For about 10 hours. Some of them you can almost see they're transparent, very crisp. These are definitely done. I'm really happy how these turned out. It's almost translucent. You probably can't see that, but it's just the way my potato slices do. And some of it is a little brownish gray, but it's really not bad. I mean, this is, of course, the opposite side, and this is dark. It's the skin. But I think they turned out pretty well. But let's see how they'll rehydrate. So I have very, very hot water here. It's not boiling. Let's put in this piece, this, maybe this one. And maybe just see what happens to these little skin-like pieces, let's see. And I'm only putting in a little bit because if this works well, I want to preserve my harvest, so I will preserve these. And I can still get fresh ones. But let's cap it here. This way, get a nice, there we go. Got a nice seal. And now we will wait at least 20 minutes, half hour. Let's get the last last one out here. Well, and here's that little end one. So while I'm heating up the frying pan, I'm just going to let this absorb the water, and then we'll cook them up and see how do they taste. Well, we're going to pan fry them up and hope that they are as delicious as fresh. Okay, let's just spread that butter around a little. Now, put our slices in, which they seem to have whitened up a bit. Do you notice that? Turn it over. And we're going to put on some salt, a little pepper, and we'll be back when it's time to flip them. Okay, let's flip this over. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Huh? Well, it sure looks like it's going to taste good, doesn't it? Done shortly. This is going fast. Well, don't they look good? Let's see if they taste as good as they look. Crisp on the outside. Melting. No, this is mine, Xander. Melt in the mouth inside. It is really, really good. I'll try the little end piece. No, you can't have any. It's mine. Okay, this cinches it. As long as I can make this all year long with my Sunchokes, that's what I'm going to do when I have an abundant harvest. I'm going to dehydrate the slices and make delicious sliced Sunchokes whenever I want. And of course I can use these also in the other recipe I love, which is to make a foil packet, put it on the grill, and have some onions in it too. It's so, so good. So, definitely works. And if you have Sunchokes and want to preserve your harvest, I suggest dehydrating instead of freezing them.